back, class of 2012.
I know it's hard to believe, but we are finally seniors.
I feel so old.
That's right, Dylan. And now that we rule the school, we get to have all the perks that go along with being seniors. The senior commons, off-campus lunch, and making the underclassmen do whatever we want.
And as you may have noticed, we've upgraded the webcast. Now it's twice as good. We have choreographed fight scenes, Bollywood-style dances, and car chases. All filmed in front of a live studio audience. Just kidding. Eric, are you okay?
Well, I've just been reading our summer reading book, Angela's Ashes, and it just keeps getting worse.
Don't worry, I've reworked the story to make it a little bit more enjoyable for you. Hopefully this will supplement your class discussions. Well, I just want to start out by saying I had a pretty terrible childhood. Drunk Irish father? Check. Abject poverty? Check. Most of the people I loved died? Check. But you should totally keep reading. After the death of my sister Margaret, my parents made the intelligent decision to leave America in the middle of the Great Depression to go back to Ireland where things were even worse. We ended up in my mother's hometown Limerick. Fortunately, seeing how my father couldn't hold a job, we were put on the dole. Unfortunately, my father decided our food money was better spent at the pub. Here's how the story goes in true Limerick fashion. There once was a man named McCourt. He was a father of the terrible sort. We went on the dole which my father stole, so his family he couldn't support. My mother always had hope though.
Oh, he'll bring the money back this time, dearies. Don't worry. Don't worry, children. Don't worry. Maybe this time. Probably not this time.
He always did come back, eventually.
In Mountjoy jail one Monday morning, high upon the gallows tree, Kevin Barry gave his young life for the cause of liberty. You'll die for Ireland, won't you, boys?
We promise. So you ask if my life could get any worse. Oh yeah. Not surprisingly, my siblings started to die all around me. First Eugene, then Oliver. Not to mention I almost died from typhoid. But this didn't discourage my parents from having more children. So Michael and Alfie were born. Oh, are you still reading my book? I can't believe you stuck it out this long. Do you have to read this for school or something? Anyways, I went on to become a messenger boy, fall in love with a girl that had consumption. She died. I saved up for America, stole some money from an old dead lady, and got the heck out of Ireland. Well, my childhood was really horrible, but you should buy the sequel and find out if it gets any better. After all, I end up a successful writer at some point. Wow, that was still really depressing.
Dylan, this book has so many rich themes. It really lends itself well to literary analysis.
Yeah, right. But now, what you've all been waiting for. Business, webcast 2.0 style.
We kept pretty busy during the summer, so here's a look at what all your officers did to make this senior year awesome.
Judy and Eileen have worked really hard this summer to do a cosmetic overhaul of our class website. So go check it out, it'll keep you updated on class news and activities. The URL is the same from last year. Also, they have digitalized the senior t-shirt designs submitted last year from students. The t-shirts will be handed out free of charge before the October pep rally. Thank you, class secretaries, for all their hard work.
Justin and Nitin have been busy at work this summer planning our fundraising booth for this year's Fall Festival. At Fall Festival, we will once again be selling the popular Butterbeer and Maggie Walker mugs that brought us so much revenue last year. In addition to that, we will be having a bouncy castle for the enjoyment of the young and young at heart. Fall Festival is a little earlier this year, September 30th, after school, so be sure to mark your calendars now.
Annie and Nanny have created a new Facebook group, which many of you are already members of. so that we can discuss senior-related business. Additionally, they've put up 2 new calendars in the Senior Commons, which will have birthdays, senior activities, as well as important deadlines to keep up with. So, keep an eye on them regularly, and thank Annie and Annie.
Now, as for what Dylan and I did over the summer, you may have noticed when you walked in on the first day that there are some new furnishings adorning the Senior Commons. We're going to take you there now to show you a little bit about what we did.
We hope you all enjoy the new furniture in the Senior Commons. Be sure to thank Mr. Tharps for supplying us with the funding.
Remember, no rolly chair races in the hallway, and don't use the TVs during class time or they will be taken away.
Last year we walked you through some grueling apocalypse scenarios. Nanobots, aliens, zombies, solar flares, pole reversals, just to list a few. We know many prophets and madmen have predicted the end of the world. But remember, it only takes one of them to be right. So here's another apocalypse survival tip.
I know you all missed those tips during the summer, especially given the large quantity of natural disasters that we experienced. But don't worry, you'll be getting a new tip every month from here on out. Now, back to business.
We were bringing back the spirit symbol for pep rallies this year. But unfortunately, Mariel can no longer serve as our spirit symbol because she is hosting the pep rally as SCA president. So we need a new individual to step up and take her place.
That is why we will be once again having spirit symbol auditions in the auditorium in the last week of September. Be sure to show your spirit and come try out, and keep your ears peeled for more details. Now I'd just like to introduce a new bit that we're going to be featuring this year called App Attack. The purpose of this segment is to relay important information about the college application process to you all. And the main thing we want to say this month is that if you are planning on applying early action or early decision at any school, then you should probably at least start writing your essays, because those applications are going to be due at the end of October or in early November. And we saw most of you at Ryan Hargrave's talk on essay writing at the end of August, so we know you're not going to be writing any cookie-cutter essays. As always, if you have any questions about the college application process, you can always talk to your guidance counselors. After all, that is why they're there. Each month we will be featuring new and exciting information in our App Attack segment, so be sure to keep up with it.
But now, time for some shoutouts.
Just remember, if you'd like to have a shout-out featured in the webcast, send us a Facebook message, or come up to us in the hallway, or write us a note, or email us, or otherwise indicate that you would like to have a shout-out featured in the webcast, because we had a lukewarm response to it last year, and we'd like to fix that.
Well, that's it for this webcast. Have a soothing September.